Hello, children. Now we reach the last topic of the chapter motion, that is uniform circular motion. You know that in the earlier class also you have studied about the types of motion in which circular motion is also that type. For this, the object travels along the circular path. When does an object comes in the circular path? Suppose this is the circular path and the object is moving along the circular path. How does that object, this is the center of the circle, suppose an object is here, how does this object comes along the circular path? To move along the circular path, while the object is moving, its direction of motion must change at every instant. At this particular instant, we say the direction is here. At this instant, it is moving along this direction, that is along straight line. But due to some force acting on this object, the direction changes in the next moment. Then again the direction changes in the next moment. So continuously the direction changes at every instant. So in an object, while it is moving, if the direction of motion continuously changes at every instant, then definitely it comes in the circular path. And here, this is the object. Let us take this the point A. And this object is also moving about this point, the center point. I think there is some link between the object and the center. Due to that link, the object comes along the circular path, in which its direction continuously changes at every instant. For this change of direction, the force is acting on this object. And that force acting on this object, which changes the direction of motion at every instant, for this, the force must act along the radius of circle. So radius of circle, the force is acting along this direction, due to which its direction continuously changes. When it comes to this point, its direction of motion is here, like this. If the object comes to this point, its direction of motion is here. If it reaches this point, its direction of motion here. And this, so at every instant, in between we can take many points. At every instant its direction is changing. And that direction of motion at any particular instant is along this direction. This we call, I think you must know what the line is called which touches the circle at only one point. That is tangent. A line which touches the circle at only one point. That is the tangent. Now here also it touches the circle at this point only. It can be extended in the backward direction also, but we are assuming the direction of motion here so it is drawn in that direction. Now we can say at this instant the direction of motion is along tangent to the circle. So this motion of object along the circular path in which its direction of motion is changing at every instant, then it is said to be in circular motion. Then what is the uniform circular motion? For this, if it is traveling along the circular path, definitely it must have some speed. Suppose the object is traveling with the speed of 10 meter per second. At every instant its speed is 10 meter per second. Means the speed is same throughout the motion. 10 meter per second. At all the points the speed is constant. If an object is traveling with a constant speed along the circular path, then it is said to be in uniform circular motion. So uniform circular motion is when an object travels along the circular path with a constant speed, then it is said to be in uniform circular motion. The speed is constant. But what is changing continuously? The direction is changing. At a constant speed, if the direction changes continuously, then we say the velocity changes, because velocity is the vector quantity. It has both magnitude and direction. Here we talk about the magnitude. But its direction is, at this moment its direction is here. At the next moment the direction changes. So the magnitude is 10 meter per second, but the direction is changing, so velocity changes. To change the velocity between these 2 points, some time also taken. If the velocity changes with respect to time, whenever an object whose velocity changes with respect to time, we say the acceleration is produced. Acceleration is produced. So we can say here the object is moving with a constant speed. Because of change in direction, its velocity also changes. If the velocity changes, then we say the acceleration is produced. So therefore we can say the uniform circular motion is also an example of accelerated motion. And this acceleration is also uniform acceleration. The case of uniform circular motion of an object is also an example of uniform accelerated motion. Whenever you see in your daily life anything is moving along the circular path, it is also in the accelerated motion, but the speed is constant. Why do we say the motion is uniform accelerated? Because the velocity changes. Okay, the acceleration is produced. Acceleration is also the vector quantity. So here the acceleration must have the direction.